friends, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Zita, and on my channel I do DIYs and makeovers on a budget. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram, Facebook, and Pinterest at OakWell Home. So let's get started on today's DIYs and see what I've created. So right here, guys, are my materials for this project. So I have 4 pieces of 2x2s, 4 pieces of 1x4s. I got my paintbrush, my white paint, my dog bowls, my tools, some clamps, and my 1x4 for the top portion of the dog bowl stand. And I got my measuring tape and my pencil and some wood glue as well. So right here I'm just measuring out my brad nails for the brad nailer to make sure that it goes all the way through when I nail it. And make sure you're being safe with these tools, guys. Make sure you have your goggles on and don't have the battery in when you're loading the nail gun with the brad nails. Put the battery in after you have everything loaded up. So right here I'm just measuring the first pieces of the project. I have 2 2x2s and 1 piece of 1x4 here. I've glued that down and I'm just making sure that it's all aligned. Now I'm putting my battery in my brad nailer. And I put a few brad nails in on each side. Here I'm measuring out the other end of the dog bowl stand. I'm just trying to find the nicest side of the wood there to place on the outside.
Just putting some wood glue on each side.
I'm nailing those sides in. I think I put 3 or 4 brad nails on each side. So those are the 2 end pieces done. Now this is the front portion or the back portion of the dog bowl stand. Just making sure I have my wood glue on there as well. This is going to give the piece a stronger bond. So this is a 1x4 piece of wood that I'm putting on the front and the back. Let me know in the comments, guys, if you want me to put the measurements for this dog bowl stand for you guys. Here I'm just starting on the final side of the dog bowl stand, doing the same thing as the other side. Put my wood glue in place and then the brad nails. Don't forget to give this video a like and a comment, guys, and hit that subscribe button. Here I'm just measuring everything out for the top portion where the dog bowls are going to go. And this is 1/4 inch plywood that I'm using on the top. So here I'm just measuring everything out so I make sure I get everything centered for the dog bowls. So here I'm just measuring the bowls by taking a pencil on a piece of cardboard. Then I'm going to cut that out and then put it on the 1/4 inch plywood. Here I'm just cutting out those circles for the holes. So I'm taking my measurements again and make sure I get everything centered up with that cardboard cutout that I did. Here I'm just placing the bowls on the top portion just to make sure everything is all lined up and centered. So where I'm marking with the pencil, guys, that's where the bowls are going to go. And the cardboard cutout that I have there, that's where I'm going to be cutting the holes. Here I'm just clamping down my plywood to make sure that everything's in place when I'm going to be using my jigsaw for the holes. Here I'm just cutting that circle that I measured out with my jigsaw. Here I'm just cutting out my second hole, which turned out a lot better than the first hole that I cut out. As you can see, that first hole was a little bit off there towards the end, but it all worked out. You can't see the mistake once the bowls are in there. Now right here I'm just cutting out the plywood to fit on top of the dog bowl stand. And right here I'm just giving everything a good sanding before I put the top piece on. And right here I'm just placing the top piece on, just making sure everything's even before I use my brad nailer on it. So I'm just getting everything in place. I put quite a few brad nails in this. I'm not sure if I needed as many as I put in, but it's secure. The top is definitely not coming off this thing with all these brad nails I put in. And I'm still putting brad nails in. There's no way this top is ever coming off. And that's what it looks like, guys, with everything nailed on. And right here I'm just giving my dog Sam a little try with his new dog bowl stand before I started painting it. And as you can see, he took some food out and put it on the floor. He's not really used to eating out of a dog bowl stand. He always had his dog bowl on the floor, so he started picking the food out and putting it on the floor, but he's all used to it now.
Good, bud? You like your new bowl? You like your new bowl stand, bud?
So right here, I'm just putting some wood filler in all those nail holes before I start painting it. And I let this dry overnight actually before I started painting it. And right here I'm just sanding down that wood filler that I put on it before I started painting it. Here I'm starting with my first coat of white paint, and this is an interior paint that I'm using. Had this laying around, so this is what I use. I think it's a satin finish. I wanted something that I could wipe down since my dog was going to be using this bowl every day, so it's probably going to get messy, so I want it to be wipeable. I used 2 coats of paint on this project. Right here, I'm just cutting out my vinyl. I cut out my dog's name with my silhouette cameo. And I'll be placing that on the front of the dog bowl stand. And right here, I'm just cutting out a piece of transfer tape in the size of the decal. Here I'm just lining up the decal, making sure everything is centered, measuring on both sides. And you're going to place it down and make sure it's burnished on there goods. So when you peel back that transfer tape, that the decal stays on your piece. So as you can see here, guys, I'm burnishing this down pretty hard. Just want to make sure that it sticks. Then I just kind of smooth it across the piece and just peel it back again on an angle. I find it comes off easier that way. I love it. Doesn't that look awesome, guys? I love it. So right here, guys, I also cut a decal for my late cat. His name was Chico. I had him for 18 years and he was an amazing cat. So I thought I'd do a decal for him as well in his honor. And I put his decal on the back of the dog bowl stand. And I just wanted to show you this as well because it has the paws on it instead of the bones. So I really like the paws as well. So I just wanted to show you what that looks like as well. Well, guys, here's the finished product. I hope this project gives you guys inspiration and the confidence that you can build your own dog bowl stand or cat bowl stand. So let me know in the comments below if you'd like the measurements for this plan.